Allison from Big State Home Buyers.
And I'm Brian Spitz, president of Big State Home Buyers.
And today we have another question, and the question is, when would a landlord want to sell their house? Obviously, we buy houses at a discount. We sell them to investors, and so it's kind of interesting that an investor would actually want to sell their house to us. And so Brian is going to tell us why some people choose to do that.
Right. Actually, buying houses from what we fondly say are tired landlords is a really common thing here. A lot of people, they really think that they want to get into the landlording business. It's pretty common actually that you have a house, you've bought a new house, maybe the other one's paid off, maybe you've inherited it, and you feel like it would be a good idea to lease it out, rent it out, and try to make some income on it. But the reality is managing rental property is actually a very stressful and emotional job, especially if you happen to lease it to family. And so my opinion is that unless you're a professional landlord or you have a company that can manage the property for you, it gets really difficult. So a lot of times people come to us, they decide they're going to rent the house out, and they come back in 6 months or so after the tenant didn't pay their rent and decide it's time to sell.
Right. There was another instance where we had a landlord who, she had a fairly positive experience with her tenants, but she needed to sell the house quickly for tax purposes.
Right.
So that would be another instance.
There's a lot of tax advantages to having a rental property. You can depreciate the house, you can depreciate the systems and upgrades in the house at different rates. You get to write off the taxes and the insurance, which is a big advantage of keeping a house as a rental rather than owner financing it. But at some point in time, you achieve all of the depreciation you can for that asset, or you just get to the point where you've made a lot of income off the rent. You've gotten your purchase price back for the house many times over, and it's just time to go ahead and sell it. So it's really interesting to keep in mind that if you have a house and you don't want to fix it up and you're tired of having the tenants in it, then selling it at a discount to an investor like us is actually an easy thing, and it makes financial sense a lot of times because you can look back at all the years you've collected rent on it and just see how much equity and how much money you've made on it over the years, and it just makes sense to sell it without fixing it up. So just because somebody's an investor doesn't mean that they actually want to keep the rental house forever, or it doesn't mean that they want to fix it up after the tenants move out.
Okay, great. Well, if you guys have any other questions, we actually have a blog post on a very similar topic, so you can see that link below. And you can see below our Twitter and Facebook links. Make sure you follow us there, and visit bigstatehomebuyers.com if you are a tired landlord and you think you want to get a quote on your house. We can do that with no risk. You can just kind of do your own research and figure it out and see if it would be a good option for you. So thank you so much, Brian.
Yes, thank you, Allison.
And subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys next week.